Hey, what is going on, my friends? Vitaly Dubin is here, founder of Bitcoin's Walls Club. All the crypto enthusiasts out there in the world, how are you guys doing? We have absolutely fantastic week for Bitcoin. It's pumping this month over 30% in January. It really is amazing to see, and I want to discuss today what we are seeing for Bitcoin in the short term, also in the long term. I want to look at the charts because Bitcoin has been pumping again and crossing the $9,000 critical point, and I want to address that. So this is the week of my birthday. I'm getting 34 years old in just 2 days. Getting very excited about that. I had some personal things going on in my life in the last couple weeks, actually, that I'm not going to go into right now. But I'm glad I'm here with you. Everything is okay. Everything is fine, and I love you guys. I love everything that is happening in the crypto space, and we have some things to discuss today as Bitcoin is rising and the stock market is plunging due to this coronavirus that is suddenly hitting China and some other places, and people are a little panic mode, and the stock market crashed. So I want to discuss that, and also we are planning to do very soon a training with a very professional trader who's been perfecting a system of trading where you can do it yourself on your own exchanges and actually get tremendous results of half a percent, a percent, or something like that, yourself every day by doing this little trades, and it'll show you exactly which trades to take with special tools that they have been developing over a long period of time. And I'm very excited for this, and I'll definitely let you know when we do a live training, and I invite this expert who has been performing extremely well over the markets at a minimum of 15% a month and more, just by simply trading in a very, doesn't take really long time for trade. Like you can do it in a half an hour or an hour. So that's very exciting in a day to dedicate towards trading. So that's exciting because you control your own money, of course, in the exchanges, but you can withdraw at any time. So that's really cool. So let's get into it, and let's take a look what is going on in the markets right now. So looking at the total coin market cap, we're seeing over the last week that we have increased from about $228 billion just a couple days ago to $249 billion. It's a significant move for the entire cryptocurrency market. I mean, all the cryptocurrencies has been pumping this week, as Bitcoin about 4.2%. We see Cardano 16%, Ethereum Classic surprising yet again 26%. We have some other coins, like this one, Swipe, 30%. So the market overall is rising, and Bitcoin is rising again. If you take a look at what is going on since the beginning of January, we are about 31.26% upward movement. And it's very interesting to note here on this chart, as we have just crossed above the 200 days moving averages. This line right here, they actually represent the and I'll show it in a little bit bigger style right here. Yeah, like this. Okay, it's more seen. So you can see that this is an important line that measures the average price over the last 200 days. And typically it says a lot, when we are crossing, like when we cross this 200-day moving averages line back there in April, you can see where the market has taken us, right? It's not the be all and end all, of course, but it's very nice to see that we are finally broke after a pretty long period of time. Since November 2019, we are talking about 3 months period, we have broken that line on the positive. So that's good news for the bulls, and right now we are looking at this area as can potentially be what is called a double top. You know, a double top when we have one top right here and we got rejected, and possibly we are getting again to this zone, $9,000, and we potentially can be rejected here yet again. And there are several things that we need to consider here. The RSI is in the overbought territory, and this area of $9,000 is a pretty significant area. As you can see, if we draw the line over here, it's been for a very long time. This is in 2019. We came back to this area, you know, many times, and it served as a support over here and over here and over here. You know, so typically in technical analysis, the support may turn into a resistance, and that's what we are seeing here. We got rejected over this area, and now we are back yet again at this place. Okay, now if we are going to break through this area, it will take some real power to do it, you know. Then the bulls are going to be in charge, and we can see it go even higher to potentially $10,000 in the shorter term period, right? Or we can get rejected here as a double top, and this is the pattern, right? So this, we have the first top, then we coming back to the neckline, we have the second top, and then we break it, and the neckline breaks and we go down. So if this scenario is going to play out, okay, then we potentially can go and get lower to that. But I don't see it as highly likely scenario, because in my opinion, you know, historically February has been a very, very good month every year for Bitcoin. Okay, February, and we are approaching February here, and don't forget that we are just a couple months looking at for the halving event, the Bitcoin halving event in May 2020, where, like I said previously, you know, this is a very, very important event in Bitcoin. It happens every 4 years, where the production, the supply of Bitcoin is getting halved, okay, producing half the Bitcoin from 1,800 Bitcoin a day to 900 Bitcoin a day, which will definitely play a role for Bitcoin and for other cryptocurrencies. And all of this excitement, all of this rise happens, you know, as the stock market actually crashes, and this is because of this virus outbreak that is called the coronavirus, coming from the city of Wuhan. And this is actually, you know, you can see how this has, the total confirmed cases has been rapidly increasing in the last couple of days, and that, you know, has caused some panic amongst, you know, it affected the stock market, but it didn't affect the Bitcoin market in this way. In fact, the opposite. Bitcoin is pumping. Okay, so that's very good. I want to also point out that the Deutsche Bank said that cryptocurrencies will not replace cash anytime soon, as they previously stated and predicted that cryptocurrencies will replace fiat currencies, the dollars and the euros, completely by the year 2030. But now they adjust the claim and say that it will be around for a long time, the cash, but it's diminishing in use, and actually some countries got out of the circulation $100 notes or more. So actually what they're saying, that cash is unlikely to disappear anytime soon. However, a real digital payment revolution has been underway for the past 10 years, of course, with the lot of Bitcoin. Cash is losing ground as a payment method, okay? It's losing ground. And several countries have recently removed large notes worth $100 or more and implemented policies to replace traditional payment methods with digital solutions. In the midst of these changes, non-sovereign currencies pose a threat to political and financial stability. So over 50% of people in developed countries believe that cash will always be around. And largely we are looking at countries like China and India and seeing how they are going to adapt cryptocurrencies. Like China's president recently called for the country to accelerate its blockchain adoption. It was a couple of months ago, while India's securities regulator recently urged the exploration of the best possible usage of blockchain in securities market. So all of that means that, you know, the cryptocurrency is getting more and more popular, while the fiat, the cash, is getting less and less used, of course, gradually, but this is the trend, okay? And we got to be a part of the trend. We can see a nice correlation that is happening between Bitcoin price and the gold price. Gold is moving up and Bitcoin is moving up. And like I said in many trainings, you know, as Bitcoin is a digital gold, in many ways, Bitcoin is much better than gold as a store of value long term. Because gold, you can increase the supply at least at some degree, a little bit, but with gold, you cannot increase the supply no matter what the price is going to be. And by a recent survey, that was done by Chris Dunn, actually asked if Bitcoin hits $100,000, what will you do with your long-term position? So 20% said we're not going to sell any Bitcoin. We're going to hodl everything until the end and use it. 45% of people told that they're going to sell some of or all of that Bitcoin for fiat. 26.9% said sell for physical assets, and this is by 1,700 votes. So it's a pretty good survey of people that represent in some way the general opinion. You know, it at least resembles the general opinion of larger groups of people. So that's a pretty good number. You know, would you sell a Bitcoin when it reaches $100,000? That's a little bit more than 10 times than we have right now. And you know, looking at the bigger picture, looking at the monthly, that we are in the months, you know, look at the cycle and where Bitcoin is heading on a monthly level. Okay, of course, the volatility here and all of that, but we are looking at $100,000, which is somewhere at this point. Somewhere at this point. Doesn't look too far-fetched, you know, as this is just this little tiny here gap from where we are to $100,000, and look at those jumps that we had before, you know, from the last bull run. And this bull run that we are seeing, that we're going to see in the next 2 years, the way I see it, in the next 2 years, 2020, 2021, you know, we're going to reach potentially that $100,000 mark for Bitcoin. So now is really a good time to accumulate as much Bitcoin as you can, and then you know, through trading, through earning, whatever you do, and then sell along the way for profits as the bull market comes. So you need to be prepared for that, and really put in some effort into this, because it can really significantly impact your future. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share, guys. I hope that you are having a fantastic day and week, and everything is going well. And I'm really looking forward for our next live training, getting back to normal here, and have a great month of February for all of us. It's going to be an awesome month, and I'm looking forward to all of our live trainings and updates. Okay, so see you soon, guys.